What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the channel, and you join me for some FUT Champs gameplay. Now, the reason I'm showing you the gameplay before the tactics is because I kind of want to show that this is working at this point in time. The moment I've posted this video, this is still a relevant formation, custom tactics, player roles, situation, and it is so good. It is destroying the meta that is out there at the minute. So a lot of people are using a 4-4-1-1. We're not using that. We're using our own 4-3-3, and it is insane. We finished Elite 5, 11 wins in FUT Champs. If you want to beat that, then this is the formation. This is the setup for you guys. Honestly, you've no idea how good this setup is. It is, yeah. I mean, last weekend was a good weekend league, but this one was even better with this formation and with the latest patch and the jockeying situation and the defending. It just feels like it's so much better. And with some of the cards that we've got as well, we don't have the best of squads. I've said this before. We don't have the meta players. We don't have the Mbappes. We don't have the Vinnies, we don't have the Haalands, we don't have these type of players. What we do is we have bang average players, but the way we have them set up in the formations that we have them set up in and the tactics that we use, we can more than compete with pretty much anybody in FUT Champs at this point in time. Like I say, we did finish. We could have done better, to be fair. We could have, and we didn't kind of give up towards the end. But yeah, 11 wins I think is the sweet spot. And if you want to get Elite 5 and above, then yeah, definitely give this one a try. And don't forget, there's little things that you can do to improve your gameplay as well. I did do a video on that last week, and we're going to touch on it a little bit here. Like things like the first touch, for example. I don't see many people using the first touch. I see them using the fidget spinner dribble, but I don't see them using the first touch. I'm going to show you an example right here. This crossfield here to Grealish, and all you're doing there is holding the R1 and flicking the right stick in any direction you want to go into and carry on your run. It is as simple as that. The longer you hold the stick in the direction for, the harder the first touch will be. And if you want to get out of sticky situations, then that is whether they've got the first touch play style. It doesn't matter. Obviously, it works out better if they do have it, but if it doesn't matter. It's not a big deal. But these little things that I see people forgetting, especially opponents that I'm coming up against, which is such a shame. You're watching back-to-back games here, and yeah, we did really well. I'm so pleased with this formation. Let me show you how I've got this set up. As I said in the gameplay clips, it is a 4-3-3. It is a 4-3-3-4, so it's the two CMs and the cam. And as I've said also in the gameplay clips, I don't have the best of squads now. A lot of them are evoed, which is pretty nice. And obviously, we are in the process of doing the Ultimate Scream objective, so that's why we're using Due there, because he's the one we packed. And again, I don't have the best of players, so we kind of know this is a very solid formation to kind of fit these players in. And we did the Ward Prowse Evo as well. That's going to be a nice Evo when he's finished. Stats are incredible, free kicks are incredible. You probably already know that anyway from other YouTubers, but I just thought I would chuck my two pennies worth in there. But anyway, let me show you the tactics on how I got this and how we got those back-to-back wins and how we got to Elite 5. And yeah, it's really simple. It's a 4-3-3 attack. It's on balanced build-up style, and it is on high defensive approach. Now, the reason we have it on high and not extreme is really simple. I come up against a lot of opponents, especially high up in the division rivals, and the further you go in FUT Champs, they're clearly using extreme because they just want to outpress you and get you out of there as quickly as possible. Now, coming up against those players, you cannot fight fire without conceding a lot of goals. So I might as well just let them have their little bit of pressure, and I'll just counter-attack them with this formation, and that is how it's been working for me. So if you do come up against those high-pressure type of players, this will counter them all day long. So that is a good thing about that. So player roles, again, nothing too fancy about this at all. It is very, very simple. Full-backs, left back and right back are both on balanced. The two CMs, you have one on holding, ball winning, or you have them both on ball winning. You have one on holding, one on box to box. Now, how you do that, that is up to you. I'm using Gravenberch as my holding player and Ward Prowse as my box to box. Ward Prowse in this game is a box to box. He has the plus play style role. So therefore, it just makes sense. And plus his shooting, his long range shooting is ridiculous. and I want him higher at the pitch because ultimately that's what I've evoed him for. So otherwise, there's not much point. The holding player, you can use people like Rodri, Patry, for example, if you're running a Spanish team. Um, Mainu can work in there as well, just to name a few off the top of my head. Doesn't have to be anything spectacular. You can have them on a shadow striker and attack because you want them close to the striker as possible. Now, striker wise, I have tried advanced forward, false nine, and poacher. False nine means they come back and help defend. If you want this more defensive, then do that. But personally, I want my striker to be up the field, ready to turn their defenders and basically get through on goal. So advanced forward or poacher is perfect in that position there. You can use false nine if that's the way you want to. If you want to use your wingers further up the pitch. So the variation with that would be you'd put your striker to false nine and you'd have your inside forwards on attack. So that's how I would do it, and that's how I've done it. Now, the two wingers, again, really simple, inside forward on both and balanced. The reason we have them on balanced and not attack is we need them to come back and defend and help. Otherwise, there's no point. So when you defend in a you defend in a 4-4-1-1 formation. But it's more like the 4-4-1-1-2. So with the two cams, if that makes sense. With the ball, it looks a mess, but it is such a good formation, and I use this one. I promise you won't regret it. It is really good. And if you are bored with the 4-4-1s and the 4-2-3-1s and the 4-4-2s, this one is just absolutely perfect. There is the code for you to go and try this one out. Like I say, you will not regret it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Hit that like button if you like what you see. Subscribe if you haven't already, please. That would be absolutely amazing if you could hit that subscribe button. Also hitting that notification bell at the same time because I'm going to try and upload twice a week. So this is Monday night's video and Wednesday night's video will be my latest club video. And I'm working on a different midfielder for clubs if you're interested in pro clubs, that is. So yeah, that should be fun too. Anyway, I'm going to stop waffling on, leave you with this, and I'll see you later in the week.